Make sure to subscribe to this channel for more videos like this.
Love the way she ride, love the way she rock her body. Love the way she ride, love the way she rock her body. Love the way she ride, love the way she rock her body. Love the way she ride, love the way she rock her body. Love the way she ride, love the way she rock her body. Love the way she.
Metal weather.
Steph, I have to say, I'm close to you there.
Yeah.
I'd go mid-70s, 76 degrees.
Okay.
Dew point of about 48.
All right.
You're not very
Blue
specific
skies.
or anything.
Oh,
Yes.
that makes me want to cough just thinking about it. You know whose train I'm hopping on?
Mine.
Dr. Postel.
Postman's train.
The Postel
We're
train.
going to Florida and getting those afternoon thunderstorms.
Give me 90 degrees.
Yes.
I'll take even a 70-degree dew point.
Bring
That's
it.
not too much for me. Afternoon thunderstorm. I'm there for it.
I'm with you.
Y'all can have that. Y'all can have that. All right, well, thanks, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. All right, well, gold medal weather here. That could include blue skies and Monopoly.
Monopoly.
Who doesn't
okay.
like Monopoly?
I do like Monopoly. I'm a Clue girl.
Ooh.
I love Clue.
I like the movie Clue, the movie.
I've never seen the movie.
Okay, movie night.
It's that little envelope. That's what I like. That
You
goes
like the
along.
little-
Envelope? Yeah. It's the little things in life, right? Oh, but yeah. So today's poll, something different.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are, of course, dealing with the summer games opening up underway there in
We've talked a lot about that, these wildfires and how they spread. Of course, lightning can start it, but then it can spread very easily as well, depending on the weather conditions.
Yeah, absolutely. It can get very, very hard to manage when these fires really start jumping all over the place. So what happens here, we have our little mock fire that's burning here for you. And up aloft, the winds are much, much faster, and that actually helps to carry all that smoke. And we've been seeing that all across the country, traveling all across to the East Coast. Well, on a local scale, traveling downwind, and it actually takes the smoke and the heat with it, and it can actually really heat things up again downwind.
Yeah, it certainly can. We have like a couple different elements that come along with this. You have the radiant heating that helps to dry out that vegetation even more. And then, of course, you've got the wind spreading that even farther. So a couple different things coming together. The burning embers eventually fall on that very dry vegetation. And then you have another fire that's formed.
And so that's exactly how you can get a fire to jump across a road. You think that road might be a point that it just breaks and you're okay, but no, it can jump that road by that mechanism. All right, well, more issues here in parts of the northern Rockies. More red flag warnings here for us. You're getting into parts of Idaho, a good chunk of the state of Montana as well. Very dry conditions here for us. We're just not getting much in the way of any kind of rain. You can see, Felicia, the fires just numerous in this part of the world.
Yeah, we've got more than 76 wildfires that are at least 100 acres, and that is a problem.
It absolutely is. Well, flying high and the weekend.
Yeah, our big deal, those summer storms, and if you've been impacted by any of them, you probably agree. Now, what we're looking at right now on the radar, the satellite, not a whole lot going on, but as we know, that is going to change as we get that daytime heating going on. It helps these storms to bubble up. We do have some storms here moving through central Florida at this point, diving down toward that I-4 corridor. Tampa, that's going to move in for you as well. And then you probably noticed this plume of storminess off the southeast coast. Got a disturbance that's kind of stirring up the weather there. This is Invest 90L. That is what the National Hurricane Center is designating this now. It basically means they're investigating this area of stormy weather, about a 30% chance of development. So we do not have a high chance of development within this kind of hatched area. I like it to call it the waffle when it's a circle. Doesn't that look like a waffle? But that's a 5-day development area. Regardless of development, it is going to have impacts on the beaches there, impacts on the coast. We're going to see some rougher surf. We're going to have maybe a bit of more of an influx of moisture. So take a look at what happens here. We've got those storms today that continue to bubble up throughout the afternoon or through the Twin States, across Georgia, down that 95 corridor as well. But really watch what happens as we head into this evening and Friday night, man. If you're trying to make your Friday night plans in Orlando and Tampa, you're really going to have to look at this forecast because some of those storms could pack a bit of a punch. Right now, we've got a few showers, a couple little dotting thunderstorms there going on across the Midwest as well. It has been a stormy morning for Michigan. We're seeing that dive southward now across that 90 corridor, some heavy rain, quite a bit of lightning. This is where we have that chance for severe thunderstorms as we move into the evening and even overnight hours. Grand Forks, Fargo, Brookings, Minneapolis, Duluth, all included in that for some feisty storms. Alex.
All right, well, still.
You guys are typically going to be in the upper 80s. That's your average. Oh, steamy, though. 97. You got to factor in the humidity, too. You get a little bit of a break Sunday and Monday, but you're still above average. Take a look at what you're looking at as we head through Wednesday and Thursday. Oh, Gonna have to hydrate for sure because it's going to be a hot one. Heat advisories here across northern portions of Missouri, southern portions of Iowa, University of Iowa getting into that as well. An excessive heat warning here in the metropolitan area around Kansas City, St. Louis also. We're talking about heat index values, or what it feels like once you factor in that humidity, up to about 105 degrees. So here's what's going on. Here's our bubble of high pressure, our dome of heat that's firmly in place, displacing that jet stream off across the north and keeping that very, very warm air in place, sinking, subsiding air, heating as it's compressed. Tropical like air mass in place with all of that humidity as well, so it's making it feel even hotter than it is, and that is bringing us dangerous heat indices for many. And of course, Paul, you know, it's not just the heat that has been dangerous, it's the flash flooding issues we've had as well.
Yeah, in the
a lizard. Okay, that didn't work. I'm the only one laughing at this. Okay, so Kansas City, it's going to be super hot for you guys. Your average high should be in the upper 80s. It's hot anyways, but today we're talking about upper 90s. You get a brief break Saturday and Sunday in the lower 90s, but look what happens. Those temperatures skyrocket right back up. And you know, it's not just the actual temperature. That's why we're seeing these heat alerts being put into effect because, you know, the average temperature of 97, or the actual temperature of 97, that's hot anyways, but that's the temperature in the shade. So it's going to be hotter in the sunshine, and then you have to factor in the humidity. So you get these feels-like temperatures that feel like maybe up to 105 degrees in KC, in Davenport, St. Louis. Same thing for you around the Tulsa area as well. Here's why. We've got this dome of high pressure in control. It's sinking, subsiding air. That compression really does make it heat up as it's sinking. So that is part of the weather phenomena that's happening and keeping us so hot. But in the meantime, we've got a bunch of moisture in place. We've got kind of a tropical air mass, and you put those together, and it makes it feel even hotter than it actually is. It makes it hotter or harder to cool your body off because you just can't sweat as efficiently when it's so humid. So in Dallas, we have not seen 100-degree days yet. Typically, we see that by July 1st, so we're a little behind. But today, tomorrow, and into Monday, we've got triple digits forecast for Dallas. So that heat is coming. What's already here, Paul, those monsoonal rains.
That's right.
We are going to have those storms bubbling up. Now, some of us are already starting out with storms this morning along that 64 corridor. If for some reason you woke up early this morning and you're like, I'm going to drive from Evansville to St. Louis, you're going to be stuck in the rain and the storms most of the time. We're talking about visibility reducing storms. Good morning, St. Louis. Were you planning on super sleeping in for your Sunday morning? I hope not, because Mother Nature set the alarm clock and you are being woken up. So we've got the showers moving through New England as well. Lots of shower activity, a few pockets of heavier rain here moving through portions of New Hampshire at this point. We are going to have those wet roads kind of sticking around. Now, that first wave is actually going to clear out for places like New York City, and then you'll have more waves of rain moving through the later afternoon. So here's what's going on. We've got this frontal system in the warm sector of the system. You've got the warm, moist air mass, which of course makes the atmosphere unstable. As we go up in the atmospheric column, we have support in the upper levels as well. West-northwesterly flow with kind of a robust type of region of air that we've got going on, and that is going to translate to the possibility for damaging wind gusts. So everywhere shaded in red, we're talking about a lot of that 64 corridor up through Albany, Philly, D.C. You guys are included in that. You've got that risk for those severe storms, especially later on this afternoon. Again, most of that risk is going to be the damaging winds. So here's our first round of rain. As I mentioned, it's going to clear out. You'll get a break there in New York City for a little bit. But watch what happens. We see more storms bubbling up along this boundary as it moves through the Ohio River Valley, and that is going to bring us that chance for some of those robust storms. Now, is it going to be just a constant storminess? No. But are you going to have those storms dotting that boundary at any given time through the rest of the day today? Yes, we are. And again, some of those could be a little feisty. Maybe some gusty winds like this, Paul. You hate to see that, especially when you're talking about homes burning. Of course, the danger that comes along, not just to the people who live in these areas, but to the firefighters that are out fighting these fires. So just a terrible situation all the way around. We're now up to 83 active wildfires that are greater than 100 acres. So you can see it here at more than 1.3 million burning now. And as you look across portions of the Pacific Northwest, especially there across northern Idaho, you just see so many of these fires burning. Because of this, of course, where you have fire, you have smoke smoke as well. So we've got air quality alerts in place for much of the West, and that's going to continue. The smoke is not staying there. It's being swept across the country, across the northern tier into the Great Lakes region, even making it all the way down into the southeast. So we are still having those hazy kind of smoky conditions. So if you've been having maybe some respiratory issues, that could definitely be part of it, because that smoke is not stopping where the fires are, and the fires are not stopping either, Paul.